Okay, so on this question, we're being asked to simplify, multiply and simplify. There's a times in the middle, so we don't have to get a common denominator. That's only for adding, subtracting. So we can cancel, but you probably know we can't like cancel the x squareds and, you know, other stuff. We can't do that because we cannot cancel added, subtracted items. Let me just write that real quick. We cannot cancel added, subtracted items because it's like they're glued together. So we can only cancel multiplied items. So what do? So we factor. We do the parenthesis stuff. So we say, all right. So let's look at the top up here. We'll say, okay, so on the top, we're going to go multiply, add, multiply. So I'm going to put, bring it down here, a couple of fractions. So the first one, I'm going to put two parentheses and say it x times x multiplies to be x squared. And then at the back, what times what is 24? Well, that could be 4 times 6 to be 24. Now, how do you know? It could be 3 times 8 or 2 times 12 or even 1 times 24. How do you know? Well, they have to add to be -2 also. So remember, the sign in the middle goes on the bigger number. Remember that? You write that note there. Sign in the middle goes on the bigger number. The sign in the middle goes on the bigger number. So negative in the middle is going to go on the 6. The 6 is bigger than 4. And then the plus will be the 4. Does that make sense? Think about like weight loss and gain. If you lose 6 pounds and you gain back 4, overall you've lost 2. -2. That adds up to be -2. It's right, isn't it? And they multiply, positive times negative, 4 times 6 is -24. It's good, isn't it? It works. Multiply, add, multiply. Okay. Now, how about the one right here? Well, this is just going to be multiply, multiply because the middle term is missing, which is multiply, multiply. So that one's actually easier, isn't it? That's just going to be x times x, 6 times 6. And to get -36, you got to have one positive, one negative. And by the way, that's why there's no middle term, because they make 0, don't they? They add to be 0 in the middle. So there's that one. Okay. And now the next one up here, this is again multiply and multiply. So that'll be x times x, 7 times 7, 1 plus 1 minus, positive 7 times -7 makes -49. There's no middle term because they had to be 0. All right, one more and we've got this beat. So down here, we're going to go multiply, add, multiply again. So x times x. What multiplies to be 28? Well, 7 times 4. And both positive because that way they add to be 11. Perfect. So now we've got them all factored, which means they're all multiplied. See how there's parentheses everywhere? We've transformed it from things added and subtracted to things multiplied, haven't we? Now it is things multiplied. So now we're allowed to cancel stuff. You cannot cancel added, subtracted items. So we factor, meaning we make them multiplied with parentheses, and now you're allowed to cancel. All right, so here we go. X plus 7, x plus 7, x minus 6, x minus 6. And so you can cancel straight up and down, and you can also cancel this x plus 4 and that x plus 4, huh? You can go diagonal or straight up and down. Doesn't matter top and bottom, long as it's something on the top with something on the bottom anywhere. Straight up and down or diagonal, doesn't matter, top with bottom. It's good. What are we left with then? All we have on the top is x minus 7. All we have on the bottom is x plus 6. No need for parentheses anymore. There's nothing to separate them from. And so there we go. That's our answer. So when we have things added and subtracted in the top and the bottom, we have to factor to make them parentheses multiplied, and then we're allowed to cancel. There we go.